Hello everyone. Right, it is that time to build the incubator. Behind me I do have a shop bought incubator here, so you may be wondering why I'm building one. This one will only hold 2 of these 3 litre blood plus plots, which I use to incubate the eggs. And once I have all of my breeding, I'm probably going to have about 6, maybe 7 clutches. So I do need a larger incubator, and I'm not buying another 5 of these because they are stupidly expensive, but very, very good. So I'm going to make my own. I have looked up how to make these, so I am pretty confident on how to do them. So with that in mind, let's get started. So I have my heat mat here, which will be on a thermostat. These thermostats don't always go by this temperature on here, because these are factory printed and are not always 100% accurate. So I do have a laser thermometer, which I will be using to check the temperatures that are suitable for the incubation temperatures that I need. Luckily, all of my snakes that do lay eggs, they all incubate around about the same sort of temperature, give or take 1 or 2 degrees. I personally will be using centigrade. I know a lot of other breeders do use Fahrenheit, but me personally, I'll be using and quoting centigrade temperatures when I do so. So what we're going to do is we're going to set this to around about 27 degrees centigrade. So that's my target temperature. 28, 29 at the highest. So we're looking at around about 26, 27 on the bottom of this incubator, up to about 28, 29, maybe 30 at the top if it does get that high. So we will put that to the side for a moment. I've already pre-cut all my boards. I bought some new clamps because I did break one while cutting these boards. Right, so let's get started. First of all, we're going to start off with is the back. So the back here, I'm just using some 3mm plywood, not plywood, hardboard, and we're going to put this mat on central on the back of this. What I've done is I've drilled a hole here and then cut with a Stanley blade to get the cable going through the back. Okay, we do need another cable in here, so I may have actually drilled this hole a bit too small. But let's have a look. There it is. Right, I should have done this beforehand. Let's untangle this. So this will be screwed to one of the sides. I'm not too sure where I'm going to have it. I'll either screw it to the top or to the side of the incubator, which will be sitting here on top of my freezer. Right, okay, so there's my sensor cable unravelled. Let's put that one through. Okay, this hole is very tight, but I can still pull that thermometer cable through, pro cable through when needed. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this to the back here. Oh, Should have got that out beforehand. So that should be in my box of goodies here. Can't find the open one, so I will have to use this new roll that I've got. There's the end. Right, I haven't got a pair of scissors to hand, but luckily they're only a couple of steps away. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to centralise this, just because I like things to be. That's nice and central already. Okay, there we go. We've got a similar gap either side. If you've watched any of my previous videos, you'll know why I'm using this foil tape. Because this tape is fantastic. So I'm just going to put that there. I'm going to rip a little bit off just so that I can get a rough positioning. Just using my eye to get that what appears to be straight. So that's that done. So now let's actually get some lengths. I was going to cut it, but it's easy enough to rip. Oh dear, didn't want that to happen. Oh well, that's just wasted that length. Wasn't expecting it to do that. It's never happened before. Let me finding the edge on this is usually pretty straightforward, but this time it's not playing ball. Doesn't help when I've cut my nails recently. There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to put this one piece here. Okay, so that one will go there. I don't know if you can see that. So what I'll do, because I don't want this video to be too long, we're already at the 10-minute mark. Like I've said before, I don't edit my videos. It is normally all in real time, but I do believe this is going to take quite a while to do, so I will be pausing in between doing stuff. So I'll just pause the recording now and I'll come back once I've put all this foil tape on. Okay, I have done the foil taping on there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this to the side, because this technically is the last item we need, but I was wanting to get that foil on there, that mounting on there, and ready to put straight on. So now all I've got is 4 bits of 9mm MDF. While I was doing that tape, I was thinking maybe if I put the frame together as a little time lapse, it might be better off, so you can see the process of everything I'm doing to get these fixed together. So, okay, one of these is slightly oversized, but that's fine. That's fine. It doesn't have to be 100% perfect, but we will see how it looks. And if it needs trimming down, I will plane it down a little bit. Right, so here I have my base and top, and here's my 2 sides. So let's go into a time lapse and get these all put together. Okay, so I've now got these brackets on after that brief little time lapse. So all it is some elbow brackets. Okay, it's top and bottom with the gap to allow for the side panels to fit on. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to have a little time jump, and when we come back, the 2 sides will be put on. Okay, I don't think you want to, I didn't really fancy doing a time lapse on putting the sides on and losing the interest in the video, so we'll have a quick time jump and we'll come back to when the sides are on. Okay, so that is all together. So we've got the 2 bases and the 2 sides all put together. So now I'm just going to get the back put on. Make sure that's inside. Okay, okay. So I've purposely made this backboard slightly oversized to allow for any mishaps when cutting, and luckily I did that because it's a little bit smaller than this backing, but that isn't an issue. Okay, so all I'm going to do now, I'm just going to pin this backboard on, making sure it's square. Okay, so it's square on the top, so I'll pin that on there. All I'm going to use is staple gun. With some panel pins. So what I will say is, while I was putting those side panels on. There are other videos out there that are, shall we say, neater than mine. Okay, I'm not a carpenter, I'm not a furniture builder. I'm just building these to save myself some money, and I'm showing you how I'm doing these. Okay, so yes, I know it may not look the greatest, but it's going to serve a purpose, and all my other videos that you've hopefully watched and subscribed to are showing you how I do things and what works for me. Okay, I've put this together with brackets. Yes, I know it doesn't look the neatest, and like I said, it's worked for me. I've got other units that I've built exactly the same way with those brackets and with this hardboard, and today I've had no escapees, so they work for me. Okay, so if you feel like putting a negative comment in and saying, oh, this isn't the best one you've seen on YouTube, like I've just said, I'm not a carpenter, I'm not a furniture builder. I'm doing this to save myself some money because I don't want to spend out £150+ on these units that can hold two clutches of eggs, maybe 3 if you're using these as well, these cricket pots as well. There are other ones out there that look like a freezer with a glass front on that could probably hold maybe 6 to 8 of these pots. But this one I've built here is going to hold about 12. Okay, this one is £150+, and the ones that look like fridges with the glass front, they're probably about £170+. Okay, you may be able to get them second hand on the marketplace for like 50, 60 quid. But this unit here that I've built, okay, with all the brackets and everything else, okay, I've had pieces here. I've got glass that I'm going to reuse from an old tank that I'm going to cut to size myself. Okay, this is going to cost me overall probably £10 at the very, very most, give or take. Okay, so there are other ways to get yourself an incubator, but if you're on a small budget like I am at the moment, this is going to work for me. Okay, so yeah, I don't know how long. I don't know how long this is going to last. It could last a very long time. Okay, but also I had one of those glass fridge style incubators. Okay, I used it 1 year, absolutely fine. Okay, the second year I used it, right, it packed up about two and a bit weeks before the eggs were due to hatch, and that was just the second year I was using that incubator. Okay, that's why I've got this one. That one was an emergency buy. At the time, I had money to buy that one. But now I'm not working at the moment, so I'm having to not cut corners as such, but make ends meet for a hobby that I love and enjoy. Okay, so that one's got it wrong. Okay, I'll remove that one in a little while. Okay, so please don't think I'm just doing this for the views and for the video. I'm doing this because it's an interest I have, and it's something that I've wanted to try since my incubator packed up. But at the time I didn't, because I had the money to go out and spend on a pre-made incubator. So like I said, I'm not doing this just because I can and to post this on YouTube. I'm doing it because I need to. It's just a bonus that I'm able to share it with you guys. Okay, so let's finish this side, and then we can turn it over, and then we can all see what it looks like from the front together. Oh yeah, you may now be thinking that this isn't the greatest staple gun. It's a cheap one from China. Okay, it works, it does the job. It does the job that I need it to do. So that is the back in place. Okay, I do need to trim the edge of this hardboard off a little bit now, but I will do that later. Okay, so there we have it, the incubator. Okay, there's going to be a shelf. Okay, I'm going to leave it here for now. So this might come in two parts. Just want to see how long it is. So there, let's lower this camera a little bit. Okay, wrong grip. Okay, so there is the first part of our incubator. So now let me show you what the plan is. The plan is to, I don't know why I said 12, it's going to be 8 pots. There's going to be a shelf in between here. Okay, I think the glass ones, the glass fronted fridges, I think they hold about 3 or 4. But this is going to hold 8. maybe I might have made this a bit higher than I thought. As you know, it will hold 8, and then if needed, if I do need that extra space, no I won't, but if I do need the extra space, I can put them in like that, and I can have some, might be able to have some cricket pots at the front, but we'll see what eggs we get. And like I say, I do have that other incubator as a backup. I was thinking about selling it, but I might keep it just in case I do end up with having too much in there, because you never know what's going to happen. I might build from this channel and be able to expand my collection and make this a full-time thing. But we will leave it here now. I will check how long this video is, like I said a moment ago. If I do need to do it in 2 parts, I will do a second part. If not, I will clip it onto the end of this video. But please do like, subscribe, please leave any comments, click that notification, because I'll more than likely be putting this up as 2 parts. Get that notification when I put the second part up for you. Second part won't be too long. All it will be is put the shelf in, putting the glass in, running a couple of tests. So please like, subscribe to this video, get notifications on when I post the second part for this and any other future videos. Bye for now.